Hello everyone, my name is John Parker17. Welcome back to another episode in the world of John Reed's Dev Diaries with other YouTubers. Today I'm with DarthyMaulocus, and we are going to be reading the Dev Diary on Belgium. Now, Belgium is a country that I think a lot of people wanted from the beginning. It's a pretty funny country, and if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe, and go subscribe to Darthy. His link will be in the description, and let's get started. So yeah, we're going to be talking about a nation that was invaded in both world wars, and were present and fighting until the end in both, despite being either partly or wholly occupied for the majority of those conflicts. Their people were very much on the front lines, and the landscape remains scarred by the wars even to this day. Today, Morderid Viking is going to show us.
What a name.
Yeah. So, though some of you may know me as Gareth. So Gareth is going to be leading us on this glorious Belgium adventure.
It's like having one of those names with like epic names and it's called David or something.
Yeah, this is David for short. Anyway, here is the tree. I assume this is the alt history path that we can't see right now, but the way I'm looking at it is it has good focus tree layout.
I love how half the tree's censored.
Yeah, I assume that's going to be alt history, which means this is the historical path, which is kind of crazy.
I'm also over that.
I wonder what this little small section right here, maybe this is the Exile.
Yeah. Might be, but how would that work with like the Congo?
Maybe it would work the same way with the Netherlands, where you can like annex the Dutch East Indies and fight from there.
Alright, so you think they might be like combining the trees together some?
Yeah, somewhat, maybe. I had a couple of goals starting out with the design of Belgium. Firstly, I wanted to give them a chance to actually hold out. Secondly, if this failed, I wanted them to be fun to play in Exile. Thirdly, I wanted to showcase the close relationship between Belgium and Congo. As is always the case.
Close.
Yeah, very close. As is always the case in these diaries, please bear in mind that all you're about to see is a work in progress. Right, so with those goals in mind, let's start taking a look at what this actually means. So let's see.
Ah, he has a top hat.
Yeah, he's got a hat on. I was just about to say, look at this dapper looking gentleman right here. Yeah. Then I got the Rexist, the Royalist, some new icons that look pretty nice.
There's hand grabbing the money though.
Yeah, that's going to be good for modding. I can assume that's going to be used a lot. But if we look right here, it appears we got some new division icons. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I think those are like irregulars or something.
Perhaps, but it looks like a... I don't really know.
He looks like Pinocchio.
Yeah. Well, I hope maybe we'll find out what that is.
You just see like the nose just sticking out like to the left side.
Yeah. At the start of the game, Belgium finds itself in an interesting position. The memory of the Great War is still very much in mind. Their economy is still recovering from its impact, and the countryside is still scarred by the many trenches meandering through the fields of Flanders. In order to avoid a second Great War, the Belgians embarked on a policy of neutrality, much like the Dutch and Swiss. They even canceled their alliances with Britain and France, something which took both of these nations by surprise, that they have fought to protect Belgium previously. So yeah.
Oh wow, look at all that.
Yep.
That's really
the classic ruining a minor nation and you have to build it back up.
25 you just like that's gonna be really hard unless you have to be a skilled player probably to get rid of those things. I don't know.
I also love just the flat corruption national spirit.
Do you think Belgium might be able to even hold out against Germany? Like their tree's pretty good, so
yeah, I don't know. I guess it'll be a Netherlands situation where it's like a skilled barrier, because like you can hold out as the Netherlands if you just try hard enough.
Wow, so you get like a forest buff and then you get a mountain debuff then.
But this is only for mountaineers, so it's their forestiers.
How'd you pronounce that? The Chauciers Ardennes give Belgium some unique fighting options in terrain other nations would find too rugged. Did I pronounce that right?
I have no idea. Political landscape wasn't much better. Corruption plagued the government of Prime Minister Paul van Zeeland, which was whipped up by the fascists under Leon de Grelle, who demanded an investigation. We'll talk more about this later. Complicating all of this, Belgium is of course a nation of twin cultures, the French-speaking Walloons and the Dutch-speaking Flemish. To reflect all this, they have the above starting national spirits.
I'm glad Paradox actually recognized Walloons and, the Walloons and the Flemish people to exist.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to get releasables for these two like nations.
I think we will. We'll probably need proof or something.
Yeah, here's the start of the tree. Perpetual neutrality, that'll work.
Government resigns, like Britain.
Despite
Just tackle-
increasingly hostile rhetoric from neighboring Germany, the Belgian government historically refused to sanction further military spending needed to bring state forces and defenses up to scratch without the promise of a declaration of neutrality from the crown, so that they could avoid being drawn into what they saw as other people's wars. Simultaneously, fascist agitation against the widespread government corruption can cause the democratic government to resign, triggering political maneuvering, which can ultimately lead to any of the ideologies rising to power.
Wow, any so you like just want to go a certain path and then randomly you just have the party just take like queuing the government. Is that what that says?
I think this is just like the means to the end of changing ideologies. I think this is just how they decided to go at it.
Alright. So it wasn't just RNG or something.
I doubt they would do that.
Blood tank barriers. Damn the consequences.
Damn the that's
man.
kind of funny. Blooded tank barriers. We got there. This is that historical fortress that Germany absolutely dunked on.
Ah yes, the Belgian Maginot.
The so-called defensive branch is about well defending. When hostilities seem inevitable, Belgium would be wise to invest some time and resources into these. The redoubt of Antwerp line will see the rise of impressive fortifications, while the Belgian gates and iron wall act as force multipliers and improve the effectiveness of these defenses. The latter part of the branch provides additional defensive options, including the radical decision to really tap into Belgium's position as one of the Low Countries and saturate their enemies with more than just bullets.
Okay, so you just got a bunch of like fort focuses then, or stronghold focuses.
Which I think is good. I mean, it's kind of like Czechoslovakia, to where like you kind of really need to do it. Like it's gonna be like required.
I
So
don't know if you've actually looked
at
at fortresses, but they've got like specific buffs to them. I think some people would be interested in seeing. Like they're way more powerful than normal forts.
Yeah. I think we saw that in the one of the dev diaries that changed the fort. I think it was small features, and we looked at that.
Oh, Belgian tank, nuclear
Center of nuclear chemistry. The Belgians boast a number of powerful MIOs, particularly small arms producer FN Herstal, who partnered closely with Browning and would later go to buy them.
See, I don't know that part of history. I have no idea
Yeah,
what the
I'll be
Belgian-
completely honest. This might be a controversial take, but I don't really care about the IMOs, the MIOs. Like, they sort of get annoying to me, so I don't really mind. Not like if this is just upgrading MIOs, I probably won't do this. I mean, I'm glad it's there.
I wonder what the resistant bite path is though. Like, what could that be? You know, like on the left hand side there is a resistant bite focus wood. It's like special forces.
Yeah, I don't know. It says multi-language courses and then interpreters. I don't know. Maybe this, if we go back up, maybe this helps with language barriers, this national spirit?
You think the whole like 70-day focuses though? You might be able to actually get rid of it in time. It might be a French situation where you've got all these like debuffs and you gotta choose which ones to get rid of before you end up at war.
Yeah. I hope it's not like that. I hope they see reason and do 35-day focus. Belgium's army was surprisingly potent, having been able to muster 600,000 troops before the German invasion, with decent officers and a well-developed industrial support providing high-quality equipment, particularly in terms of infantry equipment and artillery. I've also chosen to tap a little into their World War I penchant with armored cars to give them that option, and they can eventually overcome the scars of World War I and turn those experiences into their strength. On the other side...
I can't wait till we got those armored car only ones as Belgium.
True. I can't wait for the thousands of comments asking for that across all of Hoi 4 YouTube.
They'll probably give them a buff or something.
On the other side, education was important to the Belgian military, and high-level courses in a wide range of different subjects were offered through the Royal Military Academy. Historically, Belgian integration into the British SAS met with excellent results, particularly in France, where being able to speak French was a real advantage. Quelle a surprise. This, combined with the Chasseurs Ardennes modifiers, means that the Belgian Special Forces can indeed bring something powerful and unique to the battlefield. So I guess this is going to be like boosted to mountaineers, like Belgian mountaineers.
I mean, you've got like debuff. Wait, you know how earlier you weren't sure what they were? Like Belgium has a forest buff, don't they? So maybe they're like forest
oh yeah,
special.
I think, yeah, and I think in the new special force doctrines you can choose for your mountaineers to be better at forests or better at actual mountains, and maybe this ties into that.
And this is like all your industry path, I guess. I don't know, a bit of it.
Rebuild Wallonian industry, social partners. Cockerill.
40-hour work week, oh my goodness.
Getting a little bit controversial, but Revive coal mining, which is, I wonder what this will do, because there's no coal in Hoi 4.
The kids yearn for the mines. Just tapping into the gamers, I guess.
Imagine if this was their secret way of just adding coal as a resource. That would be so AIDS.
Oh, black ice, man. Don't bring me back to that.
Although the economic situation facing Belgium at the start is quite poor, the scaling potential is quite impressive, with numerous ways to quickly get new factories up and running, and then to make those as efficient as possible. Historically, Belgian industry was in an interesting position, with companies having a very progressive attitude towards their employees, including the introduction of a 40-hour work week and paid vacation. Cornerstone of Belgium industrial might was Cockerill, a company that suffered through the First World War and continued manufacturing machines and ships through the interwar period and into the Second World War. Historically, they survived the conflict, maintaining high levels of employment, manufacturing pig iron and trains rather than weapons for the occupiers. This gets to the heart of Belgian production at the time, trains, which were the primary export in the run-up to war. So this is the Air Force.
I love how the Belgian resistance is literally just make trains.
Yeah, just make trains instead of guns. So we got the Air Force focus
Polish
tree.
license.
Yeah, this has to be some... I assume this is going to be like a subsidy for the international market, even though I don't think Poland ever puts planes on the national market, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, you have the negotiate license feature, but I don't... Like, what plane does Poland have to license?
I don't know, maybe this is just historical flavor they wanted to add. I don't think anyone's gonna actually use it. Early helicopters, though, I just saw that.
Ah, yes, the drones. Let's go.
I really wish they made helicopters a line battalion. That would have been so cool, but it's just a support company now.
Well, it's a few different support companies, but...
Yeah. But it's basically just a different version of logistics, field hospital, and...
Were there even any helicopters in this time period? Like, decent ones?
I don't think so. I think it's just a special project. Despite a good showing in the First World War, the Belgian Air Force was woefully underdeveloped at the onset of the Second World War. The majority of Belgian aircraft in 1940 were old foreign planes, and despite a very brave attempt, the Belgians recorded only one German aircraft down.
Now imagine being that one person, though, down by a Belgian.
It's like how the first ever instance of a plane being shot down in war was in the Italo-Ottoman War. Like, imagine being shot down by Ottoman anti-air. Like,
Ottoman anti-air? Like, what guns were they using to do that?
I don't know. They were just pointing rifles up at the sky. I don't know. However, they did have some good homegrown design talent, particularly Alfred Renard, who was a pioneer in the development of all-metal aircraft, and Nicolas Florin, the father of twin-rotor helicopters. Who knows what they could have achieved had that domestic industry be allowed to flourish. Here's the Navy.
Wow.
Here's the
They
Navy.
make a grand fleet to challenge the British.
True. The Corvette fleet, naval doctrine. Whoa. We're getting a Navy doctrine focus? Let's go.
Base focus tree, let's go.
Allied donations. That could be cool, actually. You could get free ships, which I always like to do, just to throw it.
That's probably like destroyers, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're gonna like destroyer research.
The Navy in 1936, well, there wasn't one. Despite being granted ships from Germany in the Treaty of Versailles, the Belgians disbanded their entire fleet in 1927 as a cost-saving measure. This means that you have to start from scratch in order to develop a fleet at all. This focus branch, therefore, is about doing just that. Thankfully, the Belgians are not without resources and capacity, with Antwerp particularly being capable of quickly bringing naval production online. This highlights another facet of the Belgian game we've not yet touched on: their excellent capacity for diplomacy. Though having the right people in government and developing Antwerp, Belgium can enjoy a significant advantage when buying resources on the world market, spending fewer civilian factories for each trade. Interesting.
I'm sure all those resources are coming from the Congo.
Yeah.
Social partners. Trade extra resource per factory.
So instead of 8 per factory, you get 9 per factory. And where is that in here? Was that in here? Port of Antwerp.
Port of Antwerp, so that's like...
Yeah, that's right here.
Down.
So you would have to do 2 Navy focuses in order to get this. I don't know if that's worth it.
How many days does it say Port of Antwerp is then? Oh no. This is a bad sign.
Who knows? I mean, maybe this is just 70 days and the other 2 are 35. I don't know. Political introduction.
It's what everyone came here for.
See. Can we zoom in far enough to see what they actually say? But I see a European Union flag.
Yeah, I see a join the Axis and then a purple question mark.
I also see a European flag over here.
Oh wait, I think that's like a socialist path. There's like a join the communist path over there as well.
There's Socialist, and then there's a blue one. But I assume we'll get to see. Step 1, stamp on Van Zeeland's hat. No, not the hat.
Oh, we're just crushing his hat straight away before the game begins.
What a tragedy. Royal intervention. Yeah, this is just lore. We don't need to read that. We're here for focus trees. So we can choose De Grelle or Paul Emery Jensen.
We got a lovely quote from King Leopold III.
Yeah, don't make me choose. The historical branch. Very short.
Anyone know you know who that guy is? I know who De Grelle is. I don't know who Jansen is.
Maybe because he's the historical option and Belgium kind of got shit on, so no one remembers him. Declaring for either the Democratic Poland. So this is the Democratic path.
Okay, so that's a historical-ish path. And then you can make like the EU or tripartite government.
And it was definitely not an intentional design decision to give more time to spend on other certain parts of the focus tree. So I assume it's meant for so you can actually work on your forts. The political tree is so small.
Yeah, because everything else is so backwards and you got so many debuffs. You probably like are forced to make like a smaller political tree, I guess.
So the Council of Europe.
Well, who knows? There might be a secret focus tree like the Anastasia one for Poland.
Oh yeah. You can get the top hat guy back in charge. Oh jeez, this is a lot of words.
Do you like reading? we got reading.
I'm just gonna scan through it, and if it looks important, I'm gonna read it. Yeah, that was nothing. If I read that, I was gonna be so bad, because I would have to cut it out of the video, because that's just lore. Which, you know, I appreciate, but that's not what people clicked on this video for. They didn't click on this video to learn
wants
history.
to know what happened between NATO and the creation
of
the Comic-Con.
The president of the European Coal and Steel Committee. Whoa!
Whoa! The children yearn for the 40-hour mine.
Remember that I had a couple of goals starting out with the design of Belgium. I wanted them to be fun to play in Exile, therefore there's a reason to keep playing if this happens. So this is our Exile tree, like we predicted up there.
So we got the King Surrenders with a white flag, and then we got Prisoner King, and then King Law Freedom, and then King of the Belgians. Which one's historical exactly?
I'm unsure. I think we'll find out.
I won't spoil the circumstance around just how this happens. You'll have to find out. We're still waiting for Le Dame Blanche Iconart.
Yeah, that's this focus. The worst has happened, and Belgium has capitulated. Some of that blame will rightfully or wrongly fall on the king's shoulders. Just how he is treated by the government in exile will determine whether he falls by the wayside or becomes a figure around whom to rally resistance. The historical path was to declare the king unfit to reign and centralize resistance efforts around the government in exile in London. This path is all about gaining support from the Allies and using resources in the Congo to fight back and reclaim Belgium. The Prisoner King is a very plausible alternative path, and the real exiles agonized about how to best mount the resistance. In this scenario, the king plays on his status as a prisoner in his own nation, using his influence to solidify Belgian resistance and begin a monarchist resurgence. So here's the fascist branch.
Oh yes, the Vexist Timmies are gonna love this one.
Ooh.
Vexist, and then you got support the VNV.
So I assume this is, yeah, you can either go with the Walloons or you can go with the
Sudetenland. Then you can make
Belgian East Indies.
Burgundy. You can do TNO.
Oh my god, TNO reference. Burgundy Rising, Belgica.
So you can make, you can do join the Axis, or you can do strength and brotherhood, which is, I'm gonna assess like your own faction.
Yeah, you just make your own faction probably. But I am very interested in Belgian East Indies, the European Crusade.
So I'm gonna guess like you can go down both of these, even if like you only choose one side. So if you do support the Axis, you can still do like abandon neutrality. Or
once De Grelle has been invited to take power as prime minister, he will need to make a choice between which fascist group to support and empower. De Grelle will remain in power regardless of your choice here. This is because I absolutely cannot imagine him giving up that position once he's got it. It was the king making him the prime minister, not the fascists. They are still a minority in the country. As such, the decision here is not an indication of which faction is in power, but rather whose ambitions De Grelle is supporting. So
that's interesting.
The Rexists build up Belgium. The VNV make a bigger Belgium. So basically, no one's ever going to support the Rexists because this is just building up Belgium. With this one, you get to make Burgundy. So I don't.
You get to make big Belgium.
You make big Belgium. And there we go. That's just more. Constitutional crisis.
Okay.
Snap.
This is like, I wonder what the blood path is though. Like, what's the bloodbath?
I assume we'll find out, because I don't think Belgium's getting a second Dev Diary. Expression of Belgian unity.
Do you think it might be like a shared Congo-Belgium tree, and they don't want to spoil it?
It could be that, yeah. I think that's actually the most likely option. Anyway, yep, here's that Belgian Maginot you were talking about. Better than Maginot.
Better than Maginot.
Support the European project, European community.
Huh, so you can choose to join the communists, or you can make your own communist EU faction.
But the thing is, support the European project is connected to this focus, which makes me think that this is like a European Union side, the blurred.
Okay, so we're not like locking you out. It's like different paths you can go down to go to like that one then, I guess.
Belgian Maginot.
Oh, Belgian Maginot.
Better than Oh, we got new forts. Look at that.
Oh, what is that? What image below? I saw like a tank when you...
Mobile Maginot. What? This is crazy.
That's like Big Bertha, but like Belgian Bertha.
Belgian Bertha, so true. Socialist or communist Belgium? Oh, wait.
Oh, that's like the hidden path, I guess.
Wait, was this really it? Just really? Hang on. I'm gonna look. Oh no, this isn't the blurred path, because this is this. This is a whole new thing. So
yeah, but that was blurred earlier on the other image. Like if you go there, you can
Oh, maybe they blurred it because they didn't want you to think this was a part of the Constitutional Crisis Branch. Turtle Belgium.
Spam level 10 forts and.
Anyway, Socialist, Communist Belgium. Let's see. Aid for Spain, classic.
Spanish intervention. You can actually get involved in the Civil War.
Truly, Belgium will be the tide turners.
Le Belgique et le Congo. I think that means.
I think it's French for the Belgians and the Congo. I don't know, but I assume this is like.
Congo?
I don't think it's giving up the Congo because it says contradictions in socialism. Maybe you get to keep the Congo, but it's like gives you a debuff or something. I don't know. The Grand Place. Is that Marx?
I don't think it is. I don't know. It kind of does be. It looks like Greek philosopher.
Going down the other path after that initial decision, choosing the Vlaandervelde minority. Sets Belgium on the path of socialism. At the time, there was very little actual support for communism, with even the trade unions being quite weak. This was because, as mentioned earlier, many large companies were already very socially aware and progressive for their time. As such, in-game Belgium will generally remain democratic in this branch, though there are ways of going communist further down.
So you can just like join the Allies as Belgium and then just flip when you're in the Allies.
Belgium has the potential to provide significant support for the Spanish Republicans. Socialist attitudes in Congo were quite paternalistic, providing a strange combination with imperialism with socialist values. So yeah, so it is keeping the Congo.
Very, very strange. Very strange.
Ultimately, lines in the sand must be drawn, and socialist Belgium can turn to the Soviets or form the European Union.
Look, all those advisors. Got all of those advisors.
Yeah, we got all these advisors. Uranium magnet. I wonder what that does.
And then you got prudent and Newton.
Henry D. Man with a plan. Holy. Holy.
It's the cheapest advisor, or one of the cheapest advisors, next to Charles Count of Flanders, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Quite loyal.
Belgium has a good number of advisors, which a wide range of abilities. Of note are this guy, who increases the amount of raw materials per civilian and trade. Oh yeah, that's the same bonus you get from that one focus.
So these give like different bonuses compared to the norm. So the guy you were talking about with the uranium earlier, I think he gives you like...
He boosts the speed of nuclear special project.
What does this say?
Walter Dewey, who is the elusive mastermind. He went back into hiding just before the outset of World War II to rebuild his networks, and he led resistance again. In game, he redacted, so I guess we're just gonna have to find out what he does. I guess he just increases resistance in Belgium, but maybe he does something more exciting, because I don't know why they would hide the fact that he increases.
Isn't he a elusive gentleman? Doesn't that usually like give you a
No, this one's called elusive mastermind.
Oh, elusive mastermind.
So maybe they gives multiple spies. Maybe it gives like 3, which would be pretty good.
Oh, what is this? Advanced 1942 gun. What is that?
I know this was a weapon of the 1950s, but hear me out. I don't know if I will hear you out on this one. That's a little goofy.
Yeah, it's like someone just took 6 Siege and put it in Hoi 4.
8 years early. I don't know.
He's chosen to include the FNFAL as the final tier of Belgium small arms. So why is this weapon widely adopted in the 1950s by NATO forces in a World War II game? I sincerely believe that Belgium not capitulated then between sides of exceptional weapon design capabilities. It's very close collaboration with John Browning and access to the German Dumgoer 44 that Belgium would have developed their own assault rifle in the later years of the war.
I mean, fair
That's
enough.
so late.
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
I wonder what stat bonuses it gives though.
Yeah. I bet it's the same. I bet this is just a cosmetic.
Looks really cool though.
Anyway, we got our generals. Nothing too insane.
Look at Victor the scams with his hat hanging off.
And then we got the field marshals. Make the right choices, and King Leopold III can also take the field.
He's leading the Congo army.
True.
So cursed.
If you get a navy, this guy will be here. Thanks, Georges.
Oh, that's a Belgium soldier. Okay.
Yeah. Before I signed out, there's one last thing I wanted to cover, and that's the audio. So two new music tracks.
Okay, so we got stubborn defensive wartime track, and then we got a peacetime track.
So I guess we got new songs. I can't wait to see you all give it a try when it releases, and I eagerly await the stories from your playthroughs. Next time, the Heart of Africa.
Oh no.
Which is gonna
be very
be
suspicious things happening there, I guarantee you.
But yeah, that was the end of that. Let's look at the developer replies. Overall, I don't think Belgium's focus tree is that like I'm not repulsed.
Yeah, I'm not repulsed either, or amazed, I guess. I mean,
I'm not like reacting like how I reacted to like the raids and like the nuclear bombs just flying over. Like, it's nothing crazy, but I think it'd be neat. I bet this blurred path is something really cool.
Oh yeah, I guarantee the thing they blurred is the one thing what's interesting about all this stuff.
Yeah, and maybe the European Union will be fun to form. Let's take a look and see. As always, there's been a couple of hours since this released for dev responses to come into replies. There we go. Portrait of Leopold III. Here he is, looking majestic.
Already changed the scars of the Great War prior to DD's release.
Yeah, I guess they didn't like that it was called. I guess they didn't like it had a number in it, which, you know, fair enough. So we can form Burgundy, or what does this focus Burgundy Rising mean? I noticed from previous dev diaries that there have been changes to the map for Belgium, with Antwerp and the Ardennes now being separate provinces.
Okay, so that means like more building slots.
Yeah. I'm curious when we'll get an idea of how much the has changed. Can you keep spies active even during the occupation? Again, those bonuses then flow to the allies. I'm guessing yes. I haven't really played one of the World War II occupied countries yet.
When the change, I wonder what the is though.
Wait, so is this the new 4 states?
Yes.
Usually they just show the state map mode. This one looks like a dick.
There's like no cities to the right though. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make you. Well, I'm not surprised, but I wish they made Yup and Malmedy their own state, even though it would just be one province.
Yeah. A bit like Luxembourg.
See if there's anything we can discern from this. Nope. No secrets. I have a question in terms of balancing. How successful is the new Belgium on historical and resisting the German invasion? If Belgium doesn't fall, then Germany has a really tough time against France and tends to push through the Italian Alps eventually. Thanks to the King's surrender event, they capitulate roughly as historical.
Oh, so you get an event like if you lose so much like capitulation?
Yeah.
Like score or something?
Compared to the 4 nations and arms against tyranny, how powerful is Belgium going to be? Will it provide some challenge? Oh, it's a challenge. On historical, it's a big fight to win. I went the constitutional crisis turtle path the other day and still lost. Double boosted Germany for extra challenge, so it can certainly happen. The monarchist path, if I'm reading right, is the prisoner king. Is Belgica a new formables rather than a name change and a core change? Please, new flags would be cool. And can we get a sneak peek of the hidden path?
Okay, so we got a super new cool path. Not gonna spoil it here though. You have to form it and see. Course. And then we got Amtraks, like AMCs or something.
Oh wait, no, this is the new flag. I'm not gonna spoil the new flag here, but you'll have to form it to see.
Yeah.
So Belgica gets a super cool new flag, which we love flags. We love flags on the John Parker 117 YouTube channel. Here's the socialist leader. Here's the scientist. Nerd stuff. Nerd stuff. Nerd stuff.
You have Belgian French voices for the unit.
This DOC really has the potential to beat No Step Back as the best in my eyes. I'm still wondering why Congo. Luxembourg or a small rework of the Netherlands or Czechoslovakia seem to be more fitting.
Yeah, like where's my Luxembourg focus tree? Like, it's all I wanted for Christmas.
No one actually wants a Luxembourg focus tree. They just say they do.
It should be like Netflix headquarters, Pat. Huh?
Yes, the dev diary I've been most hyped for. So if we want the king, do we have to surrender? It's impossible to get rid of the monarchy entirely, even as a communist.
Wait, what do you mean you can't get rid of the monarchy?
It's impossible to get rid of the monarchy entirely, even as a communist. Does that mean in Vanilla Hoi 4, in an intended monarcho-communist nation?
Monarcho-communist nation.
There's 3D representations of massive fortifications. Exclusive. Everyone gets them except for the mobile Maginot. Belgian colors, that's ours. Okay.
Okay, that looks interesting. That one now you're about to...
Wasn't the Franco-Belgian alliance only cancelled in 1936, so shouldn't there be an option to not cancel and stay allied with the French? You can indeed choose not to read whatever that is.
Repudiator.
The treaty with France, if you wish, but this does mean a negative modifier, which leads to some cool stuff.
It doesn't make sense that the population would be less traumatized of the Great War than we were.
I might differ on that, because Belgium got absolutely ran through. The Dutch were just sitting there in World War I, so I don't know about that one, buddy. Classic.
I mean, Luxembourg should be like having a scared like national spirit.
True. But yeah, that's it. So what do you think of Belgium? You think Belgium's gonna be fun to play?
Well, yeah, I think it'll be fun. Once we find out what the the hidden or the censored focuses are, I think yeah, it'll be a pretty fun focus. I think it'll be one of the better focuses out there.
I personally think you're right in your guess that it's a shared Congo thing.
They've done anything similar to that, like. You've got like Dutch East Indies, haven't you?
Yeah, but they don't have a focus tree. The thing is, I would think they would do a joint focus tree, but it doesn't look like it's a joint. If it's a joint focus tree, it's massive.
You definitely can do a joint focus tree because they've got one in like Black Ice or something where the allies can all do one focus tree. So yeah, it definitely is.
And I mean, like, it's in the base game as well. You have it in the Nordics, and they're adding it to Austria and Hungary.
Wonder if we'll get like a Czechia update soon though, like a Czechoslovakia update.
I don't know. I don't know where they would, because like they usually do it all in the same area, so I don't know. They would have to like rework. Yeah, like all of Czechoslovakia's neighbors already got reworked. Germany, Austria, Hungary.
The Polish tree's really good. So
yeah, I don't think they're gonna rework that. Maybe they'll. I personally don't think Czechoslovakia is coming anytime soon, which is sad. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe, and let us know down in the comments what you think the Belgium focus tree. Did you agree with our as always, absolutely blazing takes? And go subscribe to Darthy. Link will be in the description. I want to say thank you for him coming on and talking about Belgium with me for 45 minutes.
We want Luxembourg.
I'll see you guys later.